And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Well, the LeBron James announcement, folks. How anticlimactic was that? Sheesh. Sponsoring Hennessy. Okay, cool. So we were duped by that yesterday live on the show. But it's kind of a good thing that he didn't announce his retirement tour. Doesn't mean he's retiring, so that's good. I mean, he could still pull out, a surprise retirement at the end of the season, which I hope he doesn't do, but this isn't his last year, so we'll take that. But we'll break that down. I know everybody's mad at LeBron. Everyone's calling him out, and we got to have a little talk about LeBron James, folks. So we do that today on the show. We got some stories to cover. Basketball tipping off. We got preseason basketball, and how ugly is that? Don't care about preseason basketball. Won't watch it. Won't bet it. I don't even care about really the first 20 games in the NBA regular season, and they don't care either. So hockey started last night. Shout out to that. Let me first and foremost shout out Aaron Judge from last night. God dang, baby. Is Mr. Judge finally coming Mr. October? Finally? Because, everyone's criticized him, and rightfully so. Even I have criticized him. Aaron Judge. I'm not the biggest baseball fan or baseball connoisseur. I hate the regular season. Once again, no urgency. I don't need to see all those games. But playoff baseball, I mean, that's where I lock in. I'm a big fan of playoff baseball. Love the atmosphere, love the urgency, and it's been great so far. But last night, Yankees down 2-0 to the Blue Jays, and we know Aaron Judge is always kind of burnt out in the playoffs. Never really lived up to his hype. But last night, down 3. Aaron Judge at the plate and finally goes yard, baby. 3-run home run to tie up the game. They eventually go on to take the lead and win the game, extend the series, and the Yankees may be a little back, so we'll see. So shout out to Aaron Judge finally putting some critics to bed. But now we got to keep it up. Still down in the series, but very good game, very good ball. And a little luck on the home run. It was heading towards that kind of foul. What's the big yellow pole? The foul pole, and it ends up hitting the foul pole and bouncing in. So it was close there, but still, nonetheless, very nice, very nice. So today on the show, we got to break down some stories. We are going to have our top 5 gush plays of the week. 5 plays that just made me gush last week, folks, in the NFL. Plays that make you instantly have to go rewind. You don't wait for the broadcast replay. I'll get it myself. Plays that just make you go, God dang! Ooh, mama! Baby, bink, bang! Any play that makes you go like that, that's a gush play right there. And I got 5 of them queued up ready to relive those gush moments. So we got that today on the show, and hopefully, my videos will get flagged, so hopefully you're watching this live, because, the NFL is truly cracking down. They won't let Dan Orlovsky do the play anymore, break down the play on the All-22 film anymore. He can't do it on ESPN. He can't even do it on his own social media accounts. It's the internet, sorry! And look, when the game is over, when that Sunday's over, nobody really cares about that as a product anymore. So we can't watch the film? I get you want people to pay for the film and all that, but once again, do y'all not have enough money? Now you're restricting content creators. Doesn't everybody want content creators, and you're stifling the content to create? So hopefully you're watching this live, because I'm sure this will get copy stricken right on YouTube. But I'm going to watch and show the plays anyway. I do not care. I am a beacon of copyright claims, folks. It's all fair use. I know it is. But let me digress. We'll gush about the plays. We'll show the plays. And I'll live with all the consequences. So we got that all today on the show. So let's just jump right into it. And let's start with some outside football stories. And the first one up, this is interesting. Conor McGregor has accepted an 18-month period of ineligibility for a violation of the UFC anti-doping policy. Womp, womp. 18 months, folks, so he can be eligible to compete on March 20th, 2026. But correct me if I'm wrong, he's going to miss the White House fight, no? He said he was definitely going to do it. He said he was training for it and all that. But now, going to have an 18-month suspension. Isn't it like July next year, 2025? June or July 2025, not 2026? His 80th birthday, June 14th. Yeah, so no Conor McGregor on the White House lawn, folks. How unfortunate. So that sucks. That sucks. Not going to have Conor McGregor on the big fight, the UFC White House card, if it even happens. So this is pretty much the end of Conor McGregor's career. I mean, he's going to be able to fight like halfway through 2026. He's already, out of the game and old. So shout out to Conor McGregor. A great run in the UFC. I mean, he was not one of the best fighters of all time, but man, oh man, he was a pioneer of the UFC in those early days. So shout out to Conor. Great legacy. But it does seem like we have seen the end of McGregor. Alrighty, we're going to have to hear about this all season long. It's never going to end. I mean, they'll just keep posting this. This is going to be like a once-a-week thing. They'll have a segment on ESPN. They'll have it all over their social medias. Giannis, he isn't going to stay a buck forever, right, folks? We know this, yes? The Knicks, so much interest, yes? So is he going to leave? Is he not? Who knows? He probably will leave at some point, but the media, they're all over it. Another post, more people. Brian Windhorst this time says there's, quote, an expectation that Giannis Antetokounmpo will eventually leave the Bucks. Okay, I'm glad this is the stories. I know NBA season is ramping up. Like I said, we're in the preseason, but do we have to talk about this every day now? Hey, Giannis could be moving here. Did you hear in the offseason he thought about potentially hemming and hawing about maybe one day not being a Buck anymore? Did you hear that? Yes, we all heard it. I mean, there was nothing to talk about in the NBA offseason anyway. Shams the scammer, yes? Oh, this offseason, oh, baby, it's going to be filled with fireworks. Yeah, fireworks from the things that they're trying to sweep under the rug, the trees, circumventing the cap. Steve and Kawhi. Other than that, nothing else really happened. LeBron James announced the Hennessy partnership. That's the big fireworks. So, slow off-season here for the NBA. We got injuries on injuries, taking out star players, so less stories to cover, less stars to cover in the NBA, especially on ESPN, because we know ESPN loves to gatekeep superstardom. Oh, Tyrese Halliburton can't be a superstar. No. Superstar. So, expect a weekly, daily segment of Giannis Watch. What? It's going to be like the threat levels. Where's Giannis? How close is he to being traded? Today, he's orange level. Whoa, upgraded from blue. Gear up for it, folks. His whole family moved back to Greece. That doesn't seem good if you're a Milwaukee Buck fan. So, we'll see. The Giannis saga, it's not going to end until he's gone. They want him out. They want him out of Milwaukee. I know, not a big market. Can't have that. Can't have the biggest star in a small market. It ruins everything. All right, market. Alrighty, now let's talk about this man's market, baby. Because when a quote is so good, it gives you goosebumps and makes you gush a little bit. We got to shout it out on the show. This was Wemby, folks. This is a quote by Wemby. Listen. I want everybody to close their eyes. Close your eyes and listen. And let me know if you get goosebumps on this. Are you ready? Quote. I turned down a shot I can make with my eyes closed, but that was to get one of my teammates a shot he can make in his sleep. Damn. Damn, Wemby, that's cold as hell, baby. Sheesh. I turned down a shot I can make with my eyes closed, but that was to get one of my teammates a shot he can make in his sleep. Oh, damn. Wemby's cold out here, baby. Bet it all on the Spurs to win the finals. Sheesh. Wemby's so unselfish. Great player. He's starting to beef up a little bit. He got the blood clots taken care of last season. I mean, watch out for the Spurs team, baby. NBA season's right around the corner, and there's some nice storylines. There's some nice things I want to see play out. I want to see Wemby and the Spurs. I want to see Kevin Durant and this Rockets team. I want to see what the Knicks can do with a wide open East for them. We should be in for a good season. Tipping off at the end of October here. And we'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We'll find the value. We'll be betting it. So we're close, folks. We're close to having the full sports cycle, in full effect. NFL football, midway. We get the NBA, so we're going to have sports on all day. MLB, I call it the finals. I know y'all will come at me. The World Series all kind of on every other day with the NFL, with the NBA, with the NHL. Let me give a little love to the hockey. Shout out to hockey. Shout out to it. Like the sport. I like watching the sport, the finesse of the game. I will always respect hockey. Just not, my expertise. That's all. But I respect and I do like the game. So shout out to Wemby on one of the most, icy cold quotes you can see, baby. The Spurs, watch out for them. All right, let's talk about LeBron James before we switch gears to the NFL here. LeBron James fooled or maybe not fooled people on the internet. Everybody was so high and mighty. I know this is an advertisement. Look at everybody thinking he's retiring. I thought it was a little 50-50. I'll admit it. I thought there was a good chance of retirement. So settle down. But it was no retirement. It wasn't retirement. It wasn't switching teams. It wasn't anything like that. It was that he's now endorsing Hennessy. What is that? Hennessy SPYO? I don't even know what the heck that is. Is that a new flavor? I don't even think they really break it down. I know the video. I wasn't really watching the video. I was watching his hands. LeBron James got big hands. LeBron James. Is this a flavored Hennessy? Is that what I'm seeing? Flavored Hennessy? Because now they got kind of like flavored Coronas. So a lot of people are going the flavor route. Once again, I mean, the whole alcohol industry, they're in shambles, folks. All the news people saying, hey, these young people are not drinking alcohol anymore. They're all smoking the baby. Cooler. We're a lot cooler now. So they have to find out some ways to get the youth to start drinking. But I don't know if LeBron James is the best spark to get the youth back into alcohol, to be honest. People don't even like LeBron James, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I just want to find out the flavor of this Hennessy. I don't think I've ever had Hennessy. I'll be, once again, transparent with y'all. Yeah, never had it. I'm open to trying it. But what the heck is this? They don't even say. Hennessy VSOP? So what is it? Is it a different flavor? Now you gotta... now I'm Googling it, and I don't want to. SVYOP? VSOP, VSOP, VIP, Hennessy. Hennessy VSOP is a specific, and I'm going to butcher the word, is it cognac blend from the Hennessy distillery. Yeah, I know it's not a person. I get it. It's not a person. I did say who is. I meant to say what is in Google. So now AI thinks I'm an idiot. I knew he wasn't a person. But VSOP stands for Very Superior Old Pale. Okay, all right. Key characteristics: aroma, inviting notes of sweet, fresh apricot, combined with the mellow scent of vanilla and oak. Ooh. Flavor: a well-balanced profile featuring creamy vanilla, mellow oak, and the juicy fruitness of apricots and other fruits. The finish: it's a smooth, lasting, memorable finish. Smooth. Not going to burn on the way down. That's smooth. Color: a vibrant ruby amber hue. And that is 100% correct. That is very amber. All right. So he's endorsing the new flavor of Hennessy. Go get yours now. But everyone's coming at him, and rightfully so. I mean, come on now. Do we need to do this whole gimmick? But I'm sure he's getting paid a lot of money. So once again, I can't knock LeBron James. Get your bag. Hopefully, I'm sure they rolled out the red carpet for this endorsement. So get your bag, get your money. Okay. I would like to see hashtag ad on the post. Okay. So we know an ad is coming up. So I didn't like that. But everybody just hates LeBron James. It brought it out more. It just brought it out. So let's talk about it. Why the hate of LeBron James? I think it's a little silly. It's like everybody has to draw a line in the sand. Are you LeBron or are you Michael and Kobe? And it's a little unfair how people draw the line in the sand. It's like you get one or the two others. So, mostly, if you give two options over one, people are going to side with the two options. You're either Team LeBron or you're Team Michael and Kobe. Can't be both. Can't be both. So everybody got it out. Everybody got it out of yelling and screaming and hating and trashing LeBron. Even Enes Kanter. I mean, this is woof. Damn, Enes. Freedom Kanter? Enes Kanter freedom? Come on. Come on. You're even disrespecting the king? He tweets out, attention-seeking LeBron. Nobody cares about your farewell tour. You're not Kobe. You're not loved like Kobe. Damn. Okay. All right. Attention-seeking? Look, who's not attention-seeking, okay? Anybody tells you they don't want attention, I think is a little lying, all right? A little bit. Or has never had the attention. It's like money. Once you start getting it, you're like, okay, yeah, I see it. I see the appeal of this. But the whole hate for LeBron, I know he lost in the finals a few times. Okay. He also won a few times. He also never really had a big sidekick like Michael Jordan. Okay. Did he have the killer instinct like Kobe Bryant? No. But he still has clutch. I mean, he's still clutch. Let's not forget that. Also, let me make sure this is real. Let me make sure Enes Kanter did tweet this out. I didn't verify it. Shame on me. Maybe he didn't say this. Let me see. He tweets a lot. I know, maybe he didn't tweet it. Maybe I'm bashing Enes Kanter for no reason. But overall, the sentiment stays the same. Maybe it's not Enes Kanter this time, but overall, people don't like LeBron James. Even Drake, folks. Drake, a subtle shot at LeBron James. Stories About My Brother, if you haven't listened to it, it's one of my favorite songs. Stories About My Brother by Drake. Listen to the explicit version if you are of age. It's better. Don't start blanking out words. I mean, what are we doing here? But even Drake takes shots at LeBron James. They got a little beef going. Quote, the city don't love you like that and they frying you up. I can't wait for the day that you choose to retire your stuff. Taking off the sneakers because you tired of tying them up. That one day you wake up and tell them enough is enough. That's how you going to find out you not Kobe Bryant to us. Man, you not Kobe Bryant to us at all. And if them hoes really love you, then them hoes, they lying to us. So once again, just this overall sentiment in the entire kind of basketball landscape. You're not Kobe Bryant to us, LeBron. No matter what you do, no matter how many rings you win, no matter how many points you score, no matter how many wins you have and accolades you have, you'll never be Kobe Bryant to us. At all. And I just don't get the hate. I really don't. Now, you know, I don't even want to go down this route, but we know there's this overall arcing... I think there's just this overall cloud hanging over all society going on right now. And that cloud is being very not good. Being not a good person. Couple of files, you know, names and files and high profile and all that. You know, a lot of that going on. A lot of high power stuff going on. Things behind the scenes going on. Is that why they don't like LeBron James? Because that's really the only thing I can think of. But let me digress on all that. LeBron James, you're my GOAT. You're my king. Let's win another ring this year. Yes, baby. Go get it done. Alrighty, let's shift gears to the NFL here, folks. And before we get to our 5 gush plays that made me go, ooh, mama, we got some stories to talk about and some breaking news, some big breaking stories, so let's go over them. The first one, Jerry Jones caught in, can't say 4K, but this is a nice 720p. Caught in 720p, just trying to celebrate, doing a little dig at the fans. Jerry Jones caught on camera, giving the bird, flipping a little bird to the fans. He flips the bird. He points to somebody. Hey, this bird, this one's for you. No, not you. No, you. This is for you. Hey, get this guy's attention. Hey, yeah, this is yours. So Jerry Jones get caught. He got caught, and he tried to say it was unfortunate. There was a swarm of Cowboys fans out front. It was right after we made our last touchdown. I put up the wrong show of hand. The intention was thumbs up. I put the wrong hand up. I meant to do thumbs up. Hey, Jerry. This is your wake-up call. If you're too old for your hands to differentiate the signal between the bird and the thumb, you may be too old to run a team, okay? To own a team, okay? To make smart financial teams. To make smart financial decisions about your team, okay? Oh, you know how it goes. You know, that classic old wrong show of hand where you meant to go give thumbs up, but the middle finger comes out instead. We've all done it, no, folks? We haven't, Jerry. We haven't. I never meant to say good job, but actually give up the middle finger. Hey, good job. Good job. Nice. Oh, my God. A+. Well done. A++. Double burden. So Jerry Jones gets caught, and he got fined big time. He got fined $250,000. $250,000 for a single bird. A wrong show of hand. This was supposed to be thumbs up to the Cowboys fans. All the Cowboys fans in the stadium. So that's just so hilarious. I mean, Jerry Jones is on one this season. Do we give it up for him? I mean, what a season he's having so far, Jerry. Look, the Cowboys are kind of maybe good. You don't need to do the soap opera now. But he wasn't the only one that was fined. No. Jonathan Gannon also fined for the big slap across the chest, the slap heard around the world on DeMarcado after he fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line, at the goal line. Jonathan Gannon fined $100,000 for his altercation with running back Amari DeMarcado. So, physical violence, $100,000. Owner, single bird, $250,000. Okay. All right, we're starting to see, the NFL makes sense, And, we hate to, all this Cardinals talk, really, they don't deserve any of it. But there is more Cardinals talk we need to go over. First and foremost, here's the NFL on their censorship, so give it up for them. The media has been disabled, can't no longer look at the slap on the sideline. They're taking all the videos down, like they took all the tush push videos down, 2 weeks ago. It is just so crazy. I mean, look, I know you own the content right. Look, it's the sport. It's my league. It's also the internet. It's also the game's already happened. It's also, why are we trying to hide things? Is that our problem just overall in society? We're all just trying to hide everything. You do something wrong, we move on. That's America. That's being human. You make a mistake. You go bankrupt. You file bankruptcy. You get a fresh start. You make a mistake. But all this censorship, hiding the evidence, hiding the footage, can we all just mature up a little bit? Can't see Jonathan Gannon slap in the chest anymore? Oh, it's such a bad look. It's not a great look, but it happened. We move on. We learn. We move on. We don't hide the evidence and pretend it didn't happen. So that, first and foremost, that's annoying. Can't post any clips anywhere. Can't post any football anywhere. Okay. All right. But second of all, now, the Cardinals, just overall, the offense has been in question really since week one. Everybody in the national media, even like Kyler Murray and the Cardinals players are kind of hinting towards, hey, the offensive play calling, the offensive scheming, like what are we doing here? In watching the games, I agree. Once again, this is just an overall sentiment to everybody. Can we all stop trying to be the big brain IQ? I mean, it's truly, this is what's happening in the NFL. These offensive coordinators think they're so smart and they're playing like 5D chess. Oh, the opponent thinks we're actually going to go to our weapons, so we don't go to our weapons, but we pretend we're going to our weapons to get the attention that, oh, they are going to go to their actual weapons, and then we trick them by not going to our weapons. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. Your weapons are weapons for a reason. They can make plays. They'll get it done. You try to go so big brain, you go to your wide receiver number 5, and is he any good? No, because he's wide receiver number 5. He's not a weapon. Go to your weapons, regardless. What did the Bengals do? Did the Bengals not go to their weapon? Did they not go to Jamar Chase? No, they went to Jamar Chase. It was a little late in the game, but they went to Jamar Chase finally. What did they do? They put up 21 points in the fourth quarter. The Bengals. We'll talk about them in a second. They just made a big move too. Joe Flacco. But why? And like if I'm an offensive coordinator, like in my back's against the wall, I'm only going to my weapons. Hey, look, I'm calling to the weapons. It's the weapon not doing it. That can kind of pass the buck along a little bit because that's what seems like the NFL always tries to do. Everybody from top down, I'm just trying to pass the buck. The general manager tries to pass the buck on the coach. The coach tries to pass the buck on the quarterback. The quarterback tries to pass the buck to the coaches and maybe some other players. Everyone, once again, hiding the evidence. It's not me doing wrong. Don't look at me. We hide the evidence. I'm all good. We own up to it. Own responsibility. We all make mistakes. It's not the end of the world, okay? Back to this. Go to your weapons. The Cardinals, the first play of the game, took a 50-yard bomb shot to Marvin Harrison Jr. What happened? He caught it down at the 1 yard line. Bink. You started the game doing it. But then you go away from it. Is it too big brain? Alrighty, I already used a play to him. I already went to the weapons, so now we can't because they think we're going to go to our weapons now. So now they think we're going to our weapons. We're not going to go to our weapons. We're going to wide receiver number 5 that cannot catch or cannot make a play or is not fast enough to really get any separation because, once again, he's wide receiver number 5. So I don't know. Is it big brain? Too much big brain going on? I think so. But here is the play in question here. This is not the play in question. This re-updated on me. Okay. Alrighty, but the overall play in question was a 3rd and 8 call. 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes and it was like 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. Oh, I was right on there. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. 3rd and 8 at their own 35-yard line. Cardinals have all 3 timeouts. Titans have 1 timeout. The score is 21-19. So the Cardinals just really need to pick up a first down, and the game is over. Titans still have a timeout, and there is still the upcoming 2-minute warning. So you probably maybe need 2 timeouts to truly ice the game, or 2 first downs to truly ice the game. 1 first down. You could probably run down the clock to about 30, 40 seconds. So, 3rd and 8 at their own 35-yard line, and they call a run play? You're calling a run play on 3rd and 8? And it obviously doesn't pick it up. They get 0 yards. And now, it's the 2-minute warning, and you have to punt the ball. And the Titans still have a timeout, and all they need is a field goal. Once again, playing not to lose the game. Oh, well, let me just run the ball. If we don't pick up the first down, okay, but we also don't turn over the ball, so win-win, right? No, because you didn't pick up the first down, you still punted the ball away. So, once again, we need to stop 2 things here. This goes to every offensive coordinator. Hey, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Number 1, you go to your playmakers. Number 2, you play to win the game. All right? So this is all going around Arizona. They're all pointing fingers. The offense is bad. It's the play caller that's bad. It's the offensive coordinator that's bad. And when they open their mouth, we all start to agree with them. The offensive coordinator that called the play on 3rd and 8 said, quote, "I didn't love the call."
What went into the decision to run in the first place on 3rd and 8?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, anytime I make a call, I'm trying to go win the game. You know,
Whenever I'm making call, I'm trying to win the game. On 3rd and 8, running the ball, that was trying to win the game? That seemed like trying not to lose the game. Do coordinators not understand what trying to win the game looks like? What actually trying to win a game looks like? Because that did not look like trying to win a game.
I'm putting the ball in Kyler's hands, or I'm putting the ball in the back's hands and trusting the O-line. You know, I think just based on the situation where we were, the down and distance, I didn't love the call. Felt like I put our guys in a tough spot and not happy with that.
So, didn't love the call. Okay, I like that. Admitting you didn't like the call that was ran. Now, problem here. A little bit of a problem here. You have 3 timeouts. If it's crunch time, I don't really love that call. Let's take a timeout and let's talk about it. Once again, situational awareness. You guys don't need to put up any more points. All you're focused on right now is that first down. Because you get that, it's basically game over from that point. They only have 1 timeout left. And now it's the 2-minute warning. So, it's honestly mind-boggling. These offensive coordinators that have made it to the highest league that there is. And still disastrous. And look, if it's a one-time thing like Sean McVay running the ball, bad calls overall, they lose the game. Okay, look. It's Sean McVay. We don't question him because we know he's smart. He's done the right thing most of the time. One little slip up, okay, we move on. Why we have to make it such a big thing with the Giants, with the Cardinals, with the Titans, is because these teams have been trashed forever. They don't know what's good anymore. They don't know what a good offensive coordinator is. They don't know what good offense is anymore because they've been so bad for so long. Call a timeout there. You got them. Use them. We get Jonathan Gannon after that. He's sticking up for him, which you got to do, but this is Jonathan Gannon. He said him nor Drew Petzing, the offensive coordinator, the play caller for the Cardinals, he said they both did not like the 3rd and 8 play call, but still went with it. That's an issue. Hey, I don't like this call, coach. Yeah, I don't like this either. All right, we got to run it. Take a timeout. Jeez Louise. You can't say we both didn't like the call, but we still ran with it. I mean, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. Did you not know you had the timeouts? Like, what's going on? Once again, if you're going to be the head coach, you have to be the overseer of everything. That's why I don't want my head coaches calling plays. You have to be responsible for the operations on everything. The offense, the defense, the special teams that everybody is not even paying attention to. Block field goals, block kicks, kicking the ball out of bounds, 40-yard line. Nobody knows the rules anymore. The head coach needs to have everybody focus on their task. Once again, what's the overall message in football, folks? Do your job. These offensive coordinators taking the head coaching role and play calling role, you're taking on too many jobs. You got 4 jobs. You're supposed to do your job. Not the head coach's job, the offensive coordinator job, the play caller job, and all that. You're the head coach. Jonathan Gannon, defensive minded, the offense is by the wayside. It's every time there's a defensive coach in power, the offense goes by the wayside. Brian Flores in Miami, great defensive mind, the offense went by the wayside. He didn't even like Tua, didn't even talk to Tua. Arizona here. Yes, maybe the exception to the rule with Bill Belichick, but he even seems like he's shit. So it's just enough is enough. I told y'all all season long, there is no reason to talk about the Cardinals, to bet anything with the Cardinals, spreads, season totals, season props, win totals, division winner. There's no reason to, because this is one of the most unserious teams. And I know everyone's like, oh, the Giants are the most unserious. I think it may actually be the Cardinals, because Kyler Murray is such a goddamn good talent, and they make him look like a clown every single week. So that's where the Cardinals are right now. Nobody likes any of the play calls on offense, but they still go with them. Okay. And then we get this by the offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing of the Cardinals as well. He says, quote, going back and looking at it, I think there's maybe a couple things I could have done differently on getting, Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball more. Yeah, no duh. The first play, shot play over 2 defenders. He goes up and gets it. And then you don't go back to him for the rest of the game? Or don't make him the focal point of the offense for the rest of the game? He just torched 2 defenders. Go ride that. Go ride the hot hand. When receivers get into a mood, a mojo, a rhythm, they usually go crazy. And you wasted it. So, that's where we're at with the Cardinals. So good, folks. So good. Shout out. All right, let's move on. So those were the only 2 fines of the day, folks. Jerry Jones for the bird and Jonathan Gannon for the big old slap. Jonathan Gannon needs to get slapped. Somebody needs to start slapping everybody in the front office of the Cardinals. Get it together. All right, here we go. A team trying to get it together. The Bengals. We knew they needed to get another quarterback because Browning just was not it. So they go and trade for Joe Flacco. Browns are trading quarterback Joe Flacco and a 6th round pick to the Bengals for a 5th round pick. And I actually like this a lot. I like this a lot for both parties. For the Bengals, you get Joe Flacco. Now, I've been very critical of Joe Flacco. He turns the ball over, but But with these receivers of the Bengals, all you got to do is just throw it up. And with Joe Flacco, tall quarterback, experienced quarterback, you could throw it up to these receivers. With the Browns, Joe Flacco kind of needed to do a little bit more. Jerry Jeudy, the receiving core not being that great. Joe Flacco needed to elevate his play a little more. Where with the Bengals, he doesn't really need to. You throw it up to T. Higgins, you throw it up to Jamar Chase, they'll come down. Mike Gesicki, get him involved. Now, we do know Joe Flacco does turn the ball over. He's going to throw interceptions. He's going to sling the ball around. But for this Bengals team, I don't think it's going to matter too much because, like I said, their offense can be so explosive with these receivers. You can kind of get it back quick with these receivers. And these receivers aren't going to just, let interceptions happen. They'll go up and fight for it and, jump balls tipped at the worst. So like that a lot for the Bengals here. And you're probably not giving up too much. Probably could have gone the Jameis Winston route. I want to see Jameis Winston back in the league, so I would have liked to see that happen. But for what's available, the Joe Flacco, I don't think it's too bad. And then for the Browns, on the other hand, look, Shador, closer for him to play. We got to see what Shador can do. I mean, from what we saw by Joe Flacco and what we saw by Dillon Gabriel the first game, nothing jaw-dropping. Nothing's like, oh, that's definitely the starter. So I would like to see Shador play at some time, and now he's QB2 instead of QB3, the emergency quarterback. So that's another positive. We can see Shador Sanders a little earlier than maybe we would have. So I think overall a win-win here. With the Bengals, it's not too late. This division is wide open, and really the whole conference, the AFC, a little wide open. It may go through the AFC South with the Colts, but overall, wild card spots, they're going to be out there. They're going to be up for the grabs. So Bengals staying competitive, Browns finding the future. All right, let's keep moving on here, and this cannot happen. You can't do this, dude. Like, this is so crazy. It's shameful, it's crazy, it's a waste of money, and we need to see the footage. We got to see it. But you can't do a documentary and then not release it because things aren't going well. Can't do that. That's not what a documentary is. The documentary is us getting it should be non-biased look behind the curtain. That's what a documentary should be. Presenting evidence, not trying to lean one way or the other, and telling the story. The good, the bad, the ugly. The trash. The potentially criminal. It should all be seen. But it's not going so hot with the Tar Heels. So Bill Belichick in North Carolina, season-long documentary with Hulu is no longer happening. Oh, shucks. We can't see all the great behind-the-scenes moment of Bill Belichick coaching these kids at UNC. We can't see how bad it actually is, folks. And that's so unfortunate. The footage should be released. It should be. It should be mandatory. If you're going in saying I'm making a documentary, well, that's that. It has to be released. You don't get to choose. But the Dolphins are doing the same exact thing because they were going to do the same thing. Under the sun. Episode 1 of our new behind-the-scenes show debuts Tuesday on YouTube. This was tweeted out August 31st, folks. The Dolphins are not continuing that either. Everybody says they hate Hard Knocks. They don't want to be on it, but then every team, every program had their own kind of Hard Knocks. We'll do our own. But then things don't go so hot, so they pull the plug. Shameful. It's shameful. We got to see how bad it actually is if we want to all move forward. Once again, taking accountability. Okay, not going so hot with the UNC and Bill Belichick. Let's see why. Let's understand why so we can fix it and correct it. Not sweep it all under the rug and be like, oh, no, we don't even remember that time. Now his son is in charge and we are all fine with that. So everybody just loves to cover up the evidence. The NFL, we don't want to see the ball being dropped. We don't want to see the coach slapping. We don't want to see the tush-push false starts all the time. So we just erase the evidence. No, it's actually not. No, Bill Belichick's actually a good coach. It's actually very good over there in UNC. We just delete all the bad footage. It's actually good over here. All right, it's also tiresome, folks. It's also tiresome. And sticking here with the Dolphins, lot of news here on Mike McDaniel. We saw him very frustrated, flustered, walking out of the tunnel. But there's no rush. There's no rush to fire. And this goes for every team. No rush to fire your head coach until you are truly mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. That's really the only time you should change coaches. Because if you think firing your coach mid-season is going to provide a spark, it does not. The evidence truly shows you fire a coach mid-season, you don't make the playoffs. It's like, in however many. So, still playoffs are on the table. Nobody's really running away with anything in the AFC totally. The Bills, potentially fraudulent, maybe even can still work in the division a little bit. So there's no reason to make any drastic changes right now. No firing the coach, no firing the general manager. You spent the entire offseason, 4 months working, all getting right for the season, and you're going to blow it up 1 month into the season because it's not going good? No, you erase the footage and you move on like nothing ever happened. We know this. We're seeing this. Miami Dolphins ownership are not in a rush to make a decision on Mike McDaniel's future anytime soon and are willing to be patient. Yes. If we fire Mike McDaniel, we have no chance of making the playoffs. If we keep Mike McDaniel, we have at least a 1%, at least minimum a percent chance. So there's no urgency to fire him. And that's good. There shouldn't be urgency in anything. Shout out the Jets for doing that last year. Very well done. Very well done. And there's speculation Mike McDaniel was going to get fired, so everybody was kind of saying, who should be the replacement? And who is this? Tony Pauline? Consulting editor and NFL draft analyst at sportskita.com? Lifelong fan of the mightiest band of all time, Led Zeppelin? Zeppelin in my DNA? 46,000 followers? Who are you? Shut up. You don't know nothing. Because he reports that if Mike McDaniel were to get fired, that Mike McDaniel, Rex Ryan has been speculated to take the job. No, thank you. No, thank you on Rex Ryan. You don't go from coach to an ESPN analyst job and then get back into the game. It can't happen. You go to television, you go to an analyst role, you just kind of admit, all right, I'm done coaching. You're done. We hear all these garbage hot takes by Rex Ryan. I don't need that in my team anymore, okay? So stop that. I think Rex Ryan's paid somebody to put that out. No, Rex Ryan. No. Real quick with this, we talked about Chris Jones, giving up, not wanting to play, not locking in, and we had this stat come out yesterday. Chris Jones has 4 tackles this season. Jamar Chase has 5 tackles this season, and that's because the Bengals keep throwing interceptions, so Jamar Chase turns into a defender on those plays, and he goes and hawks down the defender and makes a tackle. So a wide receiver has more tackles than a defensive tackle. All right, shout out to Chris Jones, baby. We're really seeing you give it your all, and it's really impressive. All right, I think we're gonna skip the rest here quickly. Let's just go through the rest quickly because I do want to get to our top 5 gush plays of the week. So Colts here. Chargers are signing Nyheim Hines, and I kind of like that. We saw Marion Hampton. We know Najee Harris out for the season, and the Chargers are signing Nyheim Hines to their practice squad, and he has a chance to play this week. So watch out for that. And I may even say if there's a line for his yards, I would take it. I'm a big fan of Nyheim Hines. He's a good, solid running back, and that's Jimbo running the ball. So shout out to that. Just real quick. James Cook has a bad running game and the Bills lose? Oh, maybe James Cook's more important than the Bills fans want to give him credit for, yeah? Yeah, maybe it's not all just Josh Allen, yeah? And then the last thing right here, what the fuck is this, dude? What is this? I mean, truly, what is this? FanDuel tweets out an MVP ladder of the top 10 favorites for the MVP, and they have Josh Allen as number 1? Josh Allen number 1, Patrick Mahomes number 2, then Baker Mayfield number 3? What are we watching? The Josh Allen that barely beat the Dolphins, Jets, and Saints and then lost to the Patriots? He's the MVP? Are we giving another sympathy MVP to Josh Allen? Oh, Lamar's got 2. We got to make sure Josh has 2. Before anybody else gets an MVP, Josh Allen needs to have 2. Can't give it to anybody else. It's got to be 2 and 2 for Lamar and Josh. Sympathy MVPs coming out. Unreal. We had our power rankings yesterday. It's the Bucks at 1. They're putting up the points. Their defense is fine. Unreal. The Bills. Unreal. Patrick Mahomes. What is Patrick Mahomes doing for MVP? Like, that is even more bizarre. Patrick Mahomes, the guy that threw a pick 6 on his goal line and lost the game? Patrick Mahomes, the one that can only throw 68 yards on a Hail Mary? Weak noodle arm? That's 2 MVP? Jordan Love at 4? Like, truly, what are we doing here, folks? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how people see this sport. It truly is. Like, are y'all blind? Despicable. All right. Those are all the stories we had to go over for today. But now, week 5 is in the books in the NFL, and we got week 6 starting off tomorrow. So we'll make our prediction for that game tomorrow. We will also predict and react live to the lines, seeing where we line up and don't line up where Vegas is at. So we'll do that tomorrow on the show. But week 5, and we had some plays that just made me gush. Ooh. Oh, mama. Damn, where's the remote? I got to rewind that. I got to see that again. Bang. I had 5 plays that just made me gush all weekend long. And actually, I have 6. I have an honorable mention. So here we go. Let's start with the honorable mention. Here we go. Chargers in Washington. Washington kicks off, punts the ball, first half. Ladd McConkey picks it up at his own 45-yard line, avoids all these tackles, avoids stepping out of bounds. He's about to hurdle the punter for a touchdown. But it gets called back because somebody roughed the kicker. Look at him. Oh, no. Running into the plant leg. Oh, bad. So it gets called back. No touchdown. No nothing for Ladd McConkey. But, man, when I saw this, he just kept going, baby. Look at him stay on his feet there. Very good. Small little gush, a little honorable mention. Unfortunate, it doesn't count. Alrighty, so now let's get into the true list. Number 5. The play number 5 that made me gush. I know we talked about this already when we talked about the game, but Drake May rolling out to his right. Stephon Diggs 30 yards down the field rolling out to the right. And Drake May puts this ball on the money, baby. Damn. I've watched this clip 1,000 times. This is all I need to see. Ball, look at that. The hands for the defender right on the wrist. The forearm of Stephon Diggs. The perfect ball placement here by Drake May. In this play right here, national media is kind of saying that this is cementing him as a cream of the crop quarterback in this league. And I agree, folks. I agree. Just watch him sling this ball. Oh, beautiful. Give it up for him, folks. Drake May to the Stephon Diggs. Alrighty, next play that made me gush, and yes, feed this guy the ball more. I love this guy, folks. I'm talking Luke McCaffrey. Back to Washington in the Chargers. Jaden Daniels. 1st and 10, dropping back, trying to do a little 2-minute drive with 32 seconds left, and he throws it up to Luke McCaffrey. He comes down with the ball. I mean, this is 40 yards? He's going to launch the ball. Let's call it from the 10, really kind of the 9. Luke McCaffrey catches it at the 35-yard line, so we get 40 plus a 15. We're talking 55, 50. 55? 55 yards in the air? 10 to the 50, that's 40. 50 to the 35, that's 15. God damn, baby. Right on the money. Look at this ball. Oh, yeah. Exactly on the money. Not overthrown, not underthrown. This is perfectly thrown. Like 100% accuracy on this. Look at where the defender's hands is. No chance to swipe over the top and knock it loose. We're going to get the slow-mo right here of Luke McCaffrey looking in the ball. Look at the concentration. It's coming up right here. Look at him. Look in the ball. Look at that eye contact. Look at the hand come in. Look at the ball placement, folks. It's all so beautiful. Damn. Luke McCaffrey, baby. He is him. He is, I'll say it, he's a wide receiver number 1 on any team, baby. Shout out to Luke McCaffrey. Keep getting it done. Shout out to Jaden Daniels on a great ball as well. A little 2-for-1 gush there. Damn. Number 4, folks. Give it up for him. Alrighty, number 3 gush. Number 3 here, we got to go to London, baby. Game winner in London after you were partying all night long away from the team. Bank, and then you lock in. We love it. 2nd and 5, Vikings down 3 at the 12-yard line of the Browns. Carson Wentz takes the snap, and beautiful ball to Jordan Addison. Over the corner, floats the ball perfectly into the end zone. Great ball, clutch as heck by Jordan Addison. Another little 2-for-1 gush here. Love the throw, but I just love the lock in, the clutch ability by Jordan Addison. Once again, he kind of did wrong by the team going out partying without him, skipping meetings, but owned up to it and said, hey, come back to me. I'm not going to let y'all down again. And on the biggest play in another country, catches it over his shoulder beautifully. Jordan Addison on gush number 3. Well done. Give it up for him, folks. Alrighty. My number 2 gush, and it's coming. You know who this is coming from? Who play this is coming from, folks? It should be the number 1 MVP frontrunner. I'm talking Baker Mayfield. 3rd and 13, tie game, end of the 3rd quarter. Baker Mayfield, you got to make a play. 3rd down, keep the chains moving. And what does he do? He goes to the rookie phenom sensation, wide open all the way down the field. Egbuka, baby. Bank, down at the 1-yard line. But look at Baker Mayfield. Let's count the air yards here. He's going to let it rip. Let's count it from the 32. All the way down to the 5-yard line. So we get 30 to the 50, that's 20, 50 to the 5, that's 45. Is that 65? Shave off a few, call it 60. Call it 62. Is that 62 air yards by Baker Mayfield on 3rd and 13 in the tie game late in the second half? You bet your bippy it is, baby. Shout out to Baker Mayfield, folks. Give it up for him. God damn. God damn. What a gush there. The MVP has arrived, folks. You're just not watching the right games. Alrighty, but that brings us to our number one gush, and I'm gonna gush all over again, folks. I'm gonna tell you, damn, I can't wait to watch this play again. We go to Miami. We go to Miami and the Panthers. We got the running back, Devon Achane, one-on-one with the defender. Goes up, high points the ball. He's close to the sideline. He gets 1 foot down, in bounds. And he forcefully drags that other one down, 2 feet in bounds. That's a clean touchdown, baby. Devon Achane, what the fuck is this, dude? Running back going up and looking like a number one receiver? High points the ball, gets his first toe in, and then look at how fiercely and urgently he gets that second foot to drop down, folks. It's so close. Look at it. You can see how forceful he comes down with that foot with the impact. So smart, so cerebral, and this is a running back doing this! A running back getting paid peanuts! And he's looking like Jamar Chase! Oh, mama! There goes that man! Devon Achane, running back, receiver, he can do it all! Bink! Damn! What a play. So unfortunate we lost this game, but Devon Achane, you fucking dirty dog, you. What a play, folks. What a play. That second toe come crashing down truly does it for me. Damn, Devon, damn. Give it up for him, folks. My number one gush play of the week. Absolutely brilliant. Alrighty, well, that's enough gush for one day. You can't over gush, folks, right? That's going to do it for us, folks. Truly appreciate everybody tuning in, listening. We'll be back tomorrow to finally get our first look at Week 6 in the NFL. We'll talk the Thursday night football game. We'll make our pick. We'll also predict and react to the live line, or to the lines this week, seeing where we think the value is and seeing where we are far off from what Vegas is thinking. And who's right, the Beard or Vegas, folks? And you know it's us, baby. So, we got all that tomorrow on the show. We'll talk about any breaking news that needs to be talked about that comes out for the rest of the day. But, we're back tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Get a great rest of your Wednesday. Because the sports weekend's coming up and it starts tomorrow, baby. Get a great one, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate y'all.